Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel as Study Sister. If you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button for all the latest updates on Sister Wives family. Today, we've got something exciting to talk about, Brown family. Trust me, you won't want to miss it. So grab a seat and let's dive right in. Sister Wives star Janelle Brown has been through an emotional roller coaster of a year. In March 2024, her son with Cody Brown committed suicide. Fans wondered for months whether or not the show would address his tragic death in one of the upcoming episodes. Until now, nothing has really been said about it. On Sunday night, the family shared their thoughts and heartbreak over losing Garrison. Now, on Monday afternoon, Janelle broke her silence and spoke out more about her son's passing. She says they did everything they could. What did she share with fans? Keep reading to find out what she shared. Sister Wives Janelle Brown speaks of Garrison in emotional episode. Sister Wives star Janelle Brown is speaking out after the emotional episode regarding Garrison's tragic death aired on Sunday night. Each family member shared their thoughts on him taking his own life. Of course, hearing from Janelle was huge for fans who have watched him and the other Brown children grow up on television. When Janelle spoke of Garrison on Sunday's episode, she said that she had been talking with Garrison all day before he died. He stopped texting about 8:30. Janelle asked his brothers to go check in on him. She admits that he has done this before, when he would drink too much and pass out. Then, he would call in the morning and everything would be fine. She went on to share that his drinking started during the pandemic and just continued to get worse. During the show, she said, he had anxiety and depression and then he started drinking as a way to sort of soothe that, and then just became the animal he couldn't get a hold of. We did everything we could, and I know that. Janelle breaks silence following episode honoring Garrison's life. Now, she's breaking her silence following that emotional episode. On Instagram, Janelle shared a photo and thanked everyone for all the love and support displayed in the messages she has received since the episode aired Sunday night. She went on to say, "It's taken a while to accept the fact that, in the end, we did everything we could. Sometimes the mind convinces someone there's no hope, even when all the evidence says otherwise." Janelle noted that being back in Flagstaff this past week reminded her that she needs this new chapter across the country in North Carolina. She said everywhere she looked, there were traces of Garrison. She's thankful for her children and for her grandchildren. They give her life. Janelle ended her post by saying, "Because of my faith, I know I'll be reunited with Garrison one day. That promise brings me immense comfort." Other family members spoke out during the episode as well, including Cody Brown. He voiced all the regrets he has about the time he lost with Garrison. He looks back on all his COVID rules and thinks all that is so unimportant now. Nothing anyone can do will bring Garrison back, and obviously the past cannot be changed. So the family will move forward, learn from their mistakes, and always honor Garrison's memory. Robyn Brown inconvenienced by Garrison's death. Sister Wives star Robyn Brown was inconvenienced by Garrison Brown's death. This seems to be the case, and fans are noticing it all on television. Sister Wives stars just recently opened up about Garrison's death. This is the first time they have talked about it on camera. However, Robyn seems to be inconvenienced by him dying rather than heartbroken. Fans are not happy about this. The cast talks about Garrison Brown's death. Garrison Brown sadly passed away last year. This was unexpected and out of the blue. Sadly, he took his own life. Sister Wives was in the middle of filming. However, they took a long break to give the family the time they needed. They recently spoke out about the death for the first time. Mary was actually filming when Cody gave her the call. This was devastating for everyone. Garrison is the son of Janelle and Cody Brown. He has a ton of siblings and other parents who will miss him every day that he is gone. However, fans got to see the raw emotions from the family after this happened. Robyn Brown is inconvenienced by his death. Fans are convinced that Garrison's death inconvenienced Robyn Brown. They did not like how she acted about the situation. However, they do not like her in general. If anything, she appeared to be angry and inconvenienced by his death. You could see the visceral pain in everyone else. She showed anger and irritation. The moment that she should have cried, she couldn't muster a tear. She couldn't muster her normal performance because she didn't give a shit that he died. I don't think it was just that. With the divorces, she could play the victim, but with Garrison's death, she had no such luck. It seems that fans think Robyn was inconvenienced by Garrison's death. However, they have good reasons to think this. Robyn is known for crying at every little thing. However, one of the children dies and she does not shed a tear. However, this is the main reason that fans think she felt inconvenienced by this. Regardless, his death was heartbreaking and fans were saddened to hear about this. What do you think about this situation? Do you think she was acting that way? Sound off in the comments below. We would love to hear your thoughts on this. Robyn forced to do Garrison episode for TLC check? Was Sister Wives star Janelle Brown forced to do the Garrison Brown episode for a TLC paycheck? She was not wanted by viewers during the tribute, and when she was on camera, she showed no emotion. Robyn forced to do Garrison episode. Sister Wives fans were very open about how they felt Janelle Brown should not be a part of the Garrison Brown tribute episode. They claimed that she helped to destroy and tear the family apart. Therefore, her input was not needed. When she did show up, she faked crying and could not even push out a tear. More so, she wiped her eyes to reveal nothing. While she talked to Kody Brown about the loss of his son, Robyn was very disconnected and treated Garrison like a family friend. Now, the question has arisen whether or not she only participated in the episode to get paid. This would make sense as she likely knows how much she is despised by viewers. They headed to her rarely used social media to tell her how she played a role in Garrison's death and to remind her she was heartless. Do you have a heart? Watching these reruns is like watching a train wreck. Abs absolutely know this woman is despicable. They all left the family and are thriving. You two deserve each other. Get rid of your social media. You are a joke. Your kids have to live in that. You and Kody hurt so many people and have zero remorse. May you have the days following that you deserve. Therefore, why would Janelle Brown want to subject herself to more public scrutiny? For money. Fans who watched the Sister Wives tribute to Garrison episode felt Robyn was extremely disingenuous. Moreover, they believed she was not happy about Garrison's passing, mainly because it reunited Kody with his family. While many felt Kody was truly broken, Robyn was inconvenienced. Money talks. Knowing she was not wanted by Sister Wives fans, Janelle Brown needed a motive to be on the tribute. They saw how she squinted and tried her very best to cry, but they saw nothing. The one thing about Robyn is that she will cry over any and everything, making herself the perpetual victim. However, she did come into the family with an immense amount of debt, so money speaks. One follower had this insight, reiterating how money-hungry Robyn is and always has been. First season, Robyn has never shed a fake tear. I totally agree with you, she should have not appeared, but she needed that TLC check for her new mansion and 100 worth of dolls. The couple just bought a brand new $2.1 million home before selling their giant Flagstaff mansion. They proceeded to take out a loan, so clearly, money is everything. Especially since the other three wives owe Robyn and Kody nothing. Garrison's death forces fake mask off Janelle Brown. Sister Wives star Janelle Brown let her fake mask fall off during the tribute to Garrison Brown. His family began to honor the late son of Kody and Janelle Brown on the Sunday, May 4th episode. Yet, no one cared to hear from or see Robyn as she showed her true colors. Garrison's death forces fake mask off Janelle Brown. Sister Wives fans did not want to hear from Janelle Brown when it was announced there would be a tribute episode for Garrison Brown. They did not feel she was sincere, but more than that, they believed she was part of the problem. She had helped to enact Kody Brown's stringent COVID rules, which essentially tore the family apart. He was solely staying with Robyn and her 5 kids while actively insulting the older kids and other wives. It has since come out that Garrison began his downward spiral into drinking during the pandemic, which is heartbreaking. As the episode went on, Robyn began sharing how she felt when she learned Garrison had passed. She tried to choke up tears, as per usual, but nothing happened. Then, Kody was opening up to her about how he was handling Garrison's death. Robyn was smiling and laughing while Kody attempted to replay what went wrong in his head. Viewers noted how she could not even force out a tear when it was the right time and not just one of her victim moments. She appeared to be forcing herself to feel something on the Sunday, May 4th episode of Sister Wives. Yet, everyone saw what a cold person she was, and how Robyn only cares about herself. Robyn has long been despised on the show, but things came to a head during this particular episode. Some feared she would make it all about herself, yet she went from victim to villain. The insincere bunch. Sister Wives fans broke down watching the tribute to Garrison Brown. They saw his siblings come out and speak so beautifully on his behalf. Even Mary Brown, who is typically stone-faced, was a puddle of love and tears. Viewers found much of the family to be so sincere and genuine, yet Cody and Robyn Brown were exempt from that. Finally, they could feel Robyn's coldness, and it burned. Regarding Robyn and Cody, I've heard so many lies and rewriting of history from them that I struggle to believe anything they say. I find the most sincere to be Janelle, Gabe, and Mary. She was so cold. It was as if Cody was speaking about a close relative he had shared history with that she didn't get to know. She is a truly awful human being. It is the first time she couldn't squeeze a tear out. What the asterisk? She just keeps dabbing the outside corners of her eyes even though there seems to be no tears and your tear ducts are on the inside corners. I was looking to compare her fake crying to real, but it was certainly lacking. Fans wished Robyn had not been a part of the tribute but had to understand it was a family episode. Did you see a more twisted side of Robyn this week, or is she the same as usual? Janelle Brown details what triggered Garrison's spiraling. Sister Wives star Janelle Brown is finally detailing what triggered her son, Garrison Brown, and led to him spiraling. The son of Janelle and Cody Brown took his own life in March 2024, but the family is finally opening up about that fateful time. So what caused Garrison to slide into a deep hole? Janelle Brown details Garrison's spiraling. Sister Wives fans have been waiting for the Brown family to acknowledge Garrison's passing. Season 19 has been on for over 20 episodes, and viewers are over the happy family life. They are well aware that Garrison died in March 2024, and do not understand why he has been virtually erased from the show. His photos are blurred, and he is rarely talked about. Allegedly, that was what the Browns wanted, as it was too hard to deal with. Now, the timeline of the series has finally caught up to his death, and he is being honored. Garrison's mother, Janelle Brown, shared the story of learning he had died, and that her other son, Gabriel, had found him. Then she delved deeper into his personal struggles and noted that he had a drinking issue. He would stop and then binge, which was Garrison's pattern. However, Janelle noted that he did not like the taste of alcohol and really only started to drink during COVID. That was also when there were a lot of issues with his father, Cody. No matter what Garrison and Gabrielle did to lighten Cody up, it always backfired, mainly on them. Admittedly, Janelle still does not know what happened, as she opened up on the May 4th episode of Sister Wives. I don't know what happened. He was never a drinking kid. He didn't like it, didn't like the taste of it, and he started to drink during COVID, and something happened in this last year and it really just got him. Her former sister wife, Christine Brown Woolley, also stated that she knew Garrison was having problems. However, they likely never thought it would end the way that it did. Finding their way, Janelle Brown added that she and Garrison Brown were always in communication. She shared that they also tried to give him the resources to get better, but that did not work. We had offered him all the love, all the support, all the help, all the resources. It wasn't that he didn't have those things. I don't know what happened that night he did that, because he's had other nights like this where he would drink and then pass out and he would go kind of radio silent, but he'd be back in the morning. I don't know what happened this time. The Sister Wives family tried to reconcile how things got this bad, but again, he just spiraled after COVID. Sadly, it never got better and his demons got to him. Janelle was also very candid about his mental health problems, noting he had anxiety and depression. That was what he used alcohol to combat, but it only progressed. Regardless, Janelle believes that they did all that they could, and she reassured herself of this. Garrison laid to rest on emotional Mother's Day episode. Sister Wives fans will get to see Garrison Brown laid to rest in an emotional Mother's Day episode on Sunday, May 11th. The hit TLC reality series finally acknowledged the passing of Janelle and Cody Brown's son on May 4th. Now, the chapter will be wrapped up in a heartbreaking bow. Garrison laid to rest an emotional Mother's Day episode. Season 19 of Sister Wives began with a disclaimer regarding Garrison Brown. He had taken his own life in March 2024, but the season was filmed prior to that. Therefore, the network wanted to acknowledge his passing while also noting the timeline of filming. At the same time, Garrison was not shown in any clips, flashbacks, or photos, which bothered fans. They felt that he was being erased, yet the family wanted to be very careful about keeping him out of the public eye. Finally, on the Sunday, May 4th episode, Garrison's death was acknowledged by the family. They shared how they received the news, plus the struggles Garrison had long dealt with. He had been drinking, and eventually, his life came to a stop, as did the rest of the families. Cody noted that he wanted to bring Garrison home, which meant burying him in Wyoming next to Grandma Cheryl. Janelle agreed, and they had a small viewing for family and close friends before he was cremated, which was his wish. Now, in the upcoming May 11th episode, which falls on Mother's Day, he will finally be laid to rest. The whole Sister Wives family will reunite in this emotional episode. Mary Brown, who was visibly broken by Garrison's suicide, stated that it took his death to get everyone back together. She hates that he had to die for the Browns to find a common ground. They have likely not all been in one place since Sybil Brown's graduation. After that, many attended Gwendolyn Brown's wedding, but there was so much dissension lingering. That will all go by the wayside to honor their lost brother and son. Are fans ready? Sister Wives fans were not prepared to say goodbye to Garrison Brown in the May 4th episode. It tore everyone apart because they had watched him grow up as well as been through so much with the family. Hearing everyone speak about the day he passed and those that followed cut deeply. So are viewers ready for everyone to reunite to lay him to rest? This took courage for Janelle to open up about her son to the world. Maybe by her and the family talking about depression, it can help someone else. Parents should not have to bury their babies. I couldn't imagine losing my child. I would be devastated. I feel that this episode was put together as well as could be considering. Rip Garrison. Will it be easy to watch? Of course not. Regardless of what people think of the family, this should never happen. No one should have to bury their child, so get the tissues ready. Are you shocked that this episode is happening on Mother's Day, and do you think the timing is off? Or are you ready to celebrate Garrison's life while paying tribute to him? The Sister Wives of D3, Mary, Janelle, and Christine Brown, live very different lives now that they are split from their ex-husband, Cody Brown, and each is encountering struggles. Sister Wives premiered on TLC in 2010 and featured Cody's polygamous lifestyle with his OG 3 wives on the precipice of the family adding a 4th wife, Robyn Brown. Cody married his original wives in the early 90s, and the family welcomed 13 children together. When Robyn was added, she brought 3 kids from her previous marriage and went on to have 2 children with Cody. It became clear over the years that Cody favored Robyn, and Mary even got talked into legally divorcing Cody so he could marry Robyn. Due to Cody's favoritism, especially during the COVID-19 pandemic, each of his original wives left him. Christine was first in 2021, then Janelle in 2022, followed by Mary in January 2023. Now, Cody is living a monogamous lifestyle with Robyn and has no plans of adding another wife. The Coyote Pass once shared property recently got sold, and the money was divvied up, and the OD3 has embarked on new chapters, but not without perils. Mary is finding her footing still. Mary is optimistic, but has had setbacks. Mary had perhaps the most heartbreaking split from Cody. It was apparent that Cody and Mary had chemistry over the years, but it diminished along with Cody's interest in maintaining a balance of interest between his wives. Mary stuck it out the longest, but was criticized the most. Towards the end of their relationship, Cody seemed intent on letting Mary know that he never loved her, which was a notion that was extremely hurtful to Mary. However, Mary chose to take the high road and leave the marriage on her own terms with a spiritual divorce. Cody did help Mary move out of her house, and they were friendly during the experience. But the move did signify their official moving on from each other, and the situation prompted an emotional reaction from Cody. Mary moved into an heired property, Lissy's Heritage Inn, which she bought to keep in her mom's family, but she said running the inn was never her dream. The 154-year-old home needed renovations, and Mary shut down the business to make those happen. She took out a $485,000 loan on the home, making her in for $1.1 million on the property. While Lissy's Heritage Inn is reportedly open for bookings again, Mary is clearly in deep with the property. In the dissolution of the Coyote Pass property with Cody, Mary received $375,000, which is good for her financially as well as emotionally. Regarding Mary's love life, she is dating but hasn't found lasting success. She was dating a man named Amos Andrews for 4 months in 2024, but the pair split due to their different communication styles, values, and aspirations. Mary is in a better position now, but her love life and the property struggles continue. Janelle is embarking on a totally new and removed chapter. But nostalgia and roadblocks are hindering Janelle. Cody always admired Janelle's business mind, and Janelle appreciated not having a husband full-time throughout their marriage. But like the other OD wives, Janelle had had enough of Cody's favoritism, lack of accountability, and how finances were run in the family, being that she was a working wife. When Janelle left Cody, all she wanted was to get what she was owed on the Coyote Pass property, and she has since gotten her $375,000 payout. After leaving Cody, Janelle decided to move to North Carolina with her daughter, Maddie Brush, and Maddie's husband and kids. There, they are starting a farm, Tata Farms, on a huge, undeveloped property, although there's been some hurdles. The property is encountering roadblocks with zoning, permitting, and surveying, which has stalled their vision. In April 2024, Janelle did say she was making moves to build her house, but a recent trip she took back to Flagstaff, Arizona, did underscore her nostalgia and current thinking. Janelle also lost her and Cody's son Garrison Brown in March 2024, and she is still grieving that loss, as is the rest of the family. While Janelle does have a lot to look forward to with her dreams for the North Carolina farm, she may be in over her head. She recouped her Coyote Pass investment and then some, but Tata Farms seems to be more trouble than it's worth. Janelle hasn't started dating, and it's obvious that she misses her old friends and familiar places. She is known to be a strong woman, and the coming years after her split from Cody will test her independence. Christine is married and well set up, but has internet critics. She's in a happy marriage with David Woolley and has bought rental properties with him as well as a big home for herself and her family. Christine and Janelle are still close, and Christine is the most removed ex-wife of Cody's. Christine does get judged on the internet for flaunting her relationship, but her problems and future prospects seem minimal compared to those of Mary and Janelle's. Does Cody still have influence on his former wives' lives? Cody seems to think so. It's become obvious that sister wives patriarch Cody has been bitter about getting dumped by his former wives. Cody has lashed out verbally in anger towards his ex-wives, mostly blaming them for how they treated him and supposedly abandoned him in his eyes. That said, Mary, Janelle, and Christine don't want any kind of relationship with Cody, and they are all well on their way towards that goal, save for communicating about their children. However, as long as Sister Wives is on air, the OD3 and Cody's dynamics will continue to be brought up. Sister Wives patriarch Cody Brown has been clear that his relationships with his older kids and his relationship with his remaining wife, Robyn Brown, are currently separate, making it clear that he's pushing her out of that part of his life to make space for what he wants. Cody, who's the father of 18 children, has been dealing with issues with the majority of his kids for years. Despite the fact that he spent part of Sister Wives season 19's beginning swearing he was making amends with his kids when he wasn't, things seem to be changing for the patriarch. Despite Cody's divorces from Christine Brown, Janelle Brown, and Mary Brown seemingly coloring his children's perspectives of their father, he's been doing his best to keep Robyn in the loop when it comes to his relationships with his kids. As his remaining wife, Cody's been confiding in Robyn about the difficulties he's faced in his relationships with the kids, but he's also been open about how much they struggle with her being part of the outreach process. Cody's behavior hasn't been great over the years, but both he and the kids have tried to make an effort at staying close. This behavior has been a way for her to make sure that Cody is focused on her rather than any of his other marriages, children, or responsibilities. Cody met with some of his estranged kids without Robyn. He didn't involve his wife. In a recent episode of Sister Wives season 19, Cody shared with Robyn that he'd been visiting his daughter with Christine Brown, Aspen Thompson, when a few of his other kids had come over as well. While he hadn't anticipated seeing more of his children, it was a welcome surprise, but the conversation that followed didn't appear to be the usual sort for the group. While Cody and his kids have had a strained relationship over the years, things have become increasingly difficult after his divorces from their mothers, leaving Cody primarily dealing with Robyn's kids than any other group. During the conversation, which Robyn kept trying to correct Cody, was more of a confrontation despite not being present to witness it. Cody shared that he and the kids had talked a lot about their relationships and what they wanted out of them. Sharing that he'd heard out the kids about their concerns about his behavior, Cody and his children had come to somewhat of an impasse about their relationship, making some positive shifts. While Robyn appeared to be interested in what Cody was saying, it was clear Cody having positive relationships with his kids was a threat to her. Cody's interest in his kids wavers when Robyn's around. He's too focused on Robyn's needs. While Cody visiting his kids without Robyn present was a positive for him, it's become clear over the years that when Robyn is around, Cody's only real concern is her. Despite knowing that he has 18 children who have different degrees of need for him, Cody's behavior is often geared toward his wife rather than his family if Robyn is there. This behavior has been obvious since the start of his marriage to Robyn and has been a way for her to make sure that Cody is focused on her rather than any of his other marriages, children, or responsibilities. Robyn staying out of the equation makes things easier on Cody. She complicates things too much. Although Robyn's been doing her best to ensure she's involved in the relationships Cody shares with his kids, it's been obvious that he's trying to leave her out of the equation more frequently in recent years. After hearing how impactful Robyn's presence has been on Cody's relationships with his kids, typically in a negative way, Cody seems like he's decided to make a change and move more towards sharing relationships with them that don't involve his wife. In a show of self-awareness, Cody's seemingly prioritizing his kids rather than his wife. The Sister Wives star could finally see some growth. Stay connected with my YouTube channel Southwest Sister. For daily updates on the hottest celebrity news and the latest drama, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel. Be the first to know what's happening with your favorite stars. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate your support.